Hey there, folks. It's still April of 2026. I'm Joe Crawford. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev, do the daily target, and record myself solving it. Let's do that now. Oh wow, we got shapes. We got some shapes. All right, let's do these shapes. Uh, let's go blank template because the reason that I wanted to do the blank template is because we have this, it goes outside the bounds of the figure. And what I see here is an internal shape that is specific. So what I want is a conic gradient background on that thing, which is going to be 75% worth of that. And then to this almost white D9, 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 0. That's going to be at 30 pixels, 100 pixels or something. And let's move the margins down here. And I want the, what is this, a yellowish, kind of yellow. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 100. How about 90, 92? And then a height, we need more height, 200. Okay, this is what we've made so far. We want a border radius of 10 pixels. How about 20? What, 30? 30 does it. And then we need to move over 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down 3 pixels. How about 40 pixels down? And then the width of that, so the center of our conic gradient needs to be at 50, 60, 110, 120. Great. All right. So that gets us what we kind of want. Turns out we don't want that white to be there. Not really. So we'll do transparent, like so. Okay, and then on the body, we want conic gradient. This is, again, you don't have to do it like this. You don't have to do anything, really. But this is my kind of preference. At 30 pixels, 220 pixels, 220 pixels, semicolon, and then move it over. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. How about 85? And then down 30 pixels. Okay. So the height needs to be taller. 30, 40. Okay. So where do we get the white from? This is a shortcoming of my solution, unfortunately. The question is, what's the right way to do it? Maybe this conic gradient is not so good. Maybe what I want is, I'm going to set a color of this color and then do box, shadow, inset, 40 pixels, 40 pixels. Oh, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. All right. Because unless I do what? Unless I don't do, yeah, no. This is all bad ideas. Okay, so I had a fine solution going, and now I completely was undoing it. Really, it's about where does that white come from, right? And so to me, a linear gradient that's coming in from 90 degrees and that's white or that's transparent to start. Transparent, 90 degrees. We think it's 30 pixels wide, and then white for the D9, 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 0, and then we move it over. There we go, 110. 50, 60, 70, 80. 5. Does that do it? Yep, that did it. So those are some funky gradients, honestly. Not a great solution. Not a great solution, frankly. Not really super pleased with that. I was thinking that it was going to be far more straightforward, and it was not. It's not bad. It's just not great. Okay, so let's, if we weren't going to do this background so fancy, we would do background of simply this color, right? We would make, hey, we're going to make 2 paragraph elements. And the second one, I'm going to set that to be red. Just cannot spell. And my computer is a little slow, and I don't like that. And let's not, oh, we're going to leave the conic gradient, actually. Going to get rid of the linear gradient. Boom. And then we're going to make white be, instead of transparent. And then this other one, we need to move up. So his margins. I'm setting zeros on those margins because I just want to see what happens. So P plus B. And then I'm going to set some negative margins here. Minus 100. There we go. Minus 200. 220. Okay, so the height of him is 240. There it is. That's good. So now I'm going to move, I'm going to add a new selector for B, and I'm going to put the border radius on that because that's, we don't have that in common. Moving that to B. Okay, and then these margins, I'm going to set the middle margins to be what? 100, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 82, 77. Okay. And so I need to set the background to solid. So there's another optimization because it's actually using the same thing. So let's submit that. Make sure that we get 100% back. Kind of a mess. Maybe a little harder to read than some of my typical solutions. Okay, so this margin, I got 0, 177, 0. Let's just make that an even 177. And then increase this negative number, 3. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 400. 398, 396, 97, 397. Fun. Crazy numbers. All right, what else can we do to simplify, if anything? If anything. Minify, unit replace, submit. So two paragraph elements in this case. Conic gradient only on the big one to create that little window. And that's a better score. So, all right. I'm not sure we learned anything there. Yes, you can do it with gradient, gradient, gradient. It's nice to be able to do it with figures, particularly in a case like this where things are overlapping and you're creating a need to make a new gradient that hides more things from the other gradient. You're just, that's ends up being code smell, like, oh, more gradients, more gradients. How simply can you solve to create the shapes? That's really the goal of any of these. But taking a step back, if you can accomplish this in under 30 minutes, under an hour, you've accomplished something. Okay, don't feel bad. I'm hard on myself. I'm a hard grader on myself to some extent, and so hey, um, have fun with it. These are supposed to be fun. Um, they've got this rate this target thing. Like, hey, how? And I never do it because I don't know. I mean, I have fun with them, but I like them all. So to some extent or another. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well out there. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go make a web page, and I'll see you again. Bye.